A122BH Rockwood Hardside pop-up here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. A lot of people say BH, what, you can make a bunkhouse out of one of these? And I think it's just kind of a difference in names. I believe this is the front metal deck model, so I believe the BH to me stands for bike holder. This is the perfect place to be able to put some bikes in here and strap them down. With all the little holes that you see here through the frame, it gives you all kinds of tie-down space. You can always clip things into the mesh deck up front here, and if nothing else, man, you can throw a lot of cargo up there. And notice that your your enclosure rails are removable, so you can really put a lot of different stuff in here. The advantage to go into something like this versus a traditional pop-up is you're going to start to creep into more of travel trailer level amenities. For instance, if you look at the construction on this here, you notice that unlike a pop-up with soft sides, this is all fully vacuum laminated. And to me, that's the most amazing thing, is this is built just like Rockwood's big fifth wheels and travel trailers. It's just, in a smaller package, and that's something that isn't really common in a pop-up, and that's one of those areas where it's really going to be different. They're also shockingly light. This thing is only about 2,000 pounds, and when it folds down, it's out of the wind, it's easy to tow. Compared to a normal pop-up, you don't generally run into torsion rubberized axles like you see on here, nor do you tend to find aluminum wheels. Again, another area where this does separate itself from a normal pop-up. Most pop-ups only have single leg stab jacks, as they're referred to, and you'll see all four corner full scissor jacks on here. Scissor jacks are stronger, last longer, hold more weight than just stabilizer jacks, and that means you will have a more stable riding or more stable platform when you're at your campsite. It won't rock around as much. This big rail that you see right here is where your outside grill goes. That is included standard with one of these models. And what's really nice is it also includes this nice resin top table. If you look at some of the other pictures we have around, you may spot one of those. Long story short, you get a grill and a little table to put your spatula and your your utensils and like your plates and platters and stuff. Let's move around the backside here. Oh, right here even. Another area this is a little different is the fact that you have a twin propane station. This comes with a pair of 20-pound propane bottles with an automatic changeover regulator. Again, like a travel trailer, not a pop-up. And I apologize if you're hearing some ringing and you might hear some pages overhead. We have this parked right next to the building, obviously, so there may be a good amount of background noise. This is like Grand Central Station for us. Another area, this is like a travel trailer, not a pop-up. We have a full 6-gallon vessel water heater capable of recharging up to 11 gallons of hot water per hour. Now, you can run most of your systems on here on just 12 volt, meaning like your battery or the power you get from your vehicle, but it does have a 30 amp hookup for some of your bigger stuff like your refrigerator and your cooling unit. More on that when we get inside. Standard outside shower, just handy for all sorts of generic campsite cleanup. And you'll notice these outside storage doors underneath the bed and underneath the door side dinette booth, not the off-door side, but just the door side, there are extra outdoor access storage spaces that you can get to from inside or outside. Though we have taken it off at the time of this filming, spare tire is standard on one of these, and it's a full tire that matches the profile of one of these, not just like a little cheap donut spare. Let's hop inside for you real quick. So what you see here, the A122 family, there's different things. Basically, there's one with a storage trunk on the front, one with the metal deck, one with nothing. There's now a big A212 that's just a bigger version of this. They all have basically the same layout. You have a full-time bed in the back here where, a couple can kind of sit down and camp in. And what's interesting is people don't realize how deep these skylights are. So, what's kind of cool is on the inside here, you'd be looking up at the stars. You wouldn't necessarily be looking up at the ceiling of our, enclosure here. Hopefully you're not camping on our porch, but hey, if you are, come inside, we'll get you a cup of coffee. But if you need privacy, you also do have these night shades you can pull down here. So if you're struggling with a migraine, you can really black it out in here if you need to. Now, let's talk about heating and cooling real quick, because this is where these things are very unusual in comparison to most other RVs. There we go. This is called a heat pump. It's a two-directional heat pump. I think the brand name is Cool Cat by Dometic. It's like an air conditioner that you install in the window at your house. You know that the AC unit at your house blows cold air in, and it separates, you know, all the heat from that air gets kind of billowed outside. This works exactly the same. The difference is you can redirect heat or cooling from this thing. Now this only works on 30 amp shore power, park power, whatever word you want to use for that. So if you're going to go dry camping, primitive camping, or if you just lose power, we also install as an option a 20,000 BTU propane furnace in here, and that is exceptionally high BTUs for a small space like this. Most pop-ups only have like a 16,000 BTU, so that's like what, a full 20% stronger? It will get warm in here. Now, little things down here, this is our electrical converter panel. We have extra power outlets, controller for a water heater down here, even some extra power outlets, you know, just to keep things like phones and tablets and computers charged if you need to. Now this is a 3-way refrigerator. A lot of pop-ups only come with an ice box with the option for a fridge. This is standard. By 3-way, I mean you have 12-volt battery, you have 30 amp park power, and then you have propane. But in English, that means cold, colder, coldest, in that order. Now, in general, even your battery will tend to keep your drinks pretty cool. But like if you plan to bring something like eggs or mayonnaise that can spoil, you might want to run it on either park power or propane. Something they've started doing in these down at Rockwood that I love is this glass cooktop. Because not only does it look super cool, but it expands your total countertop space, because when you're not cooking on it, you have it for use as counter space. An interesting thing, a lot of people look at this and they say, well, the brochure doesn't list a rating for a gray tank. You're correct. This does not have a gray tank, so keep that in mind. You might want to bring one of those little blue totes with you. I love this up here. We still get questions on this. Of all the things on this trailer, this goofy piece of plastic is the #1 generator of questions. And it's just a clothes hanger. That's all it is. Just, you know, if you're doing dishes, you can hang a towel there, hang a couple shirts, whatever. Now, back to heating and cooling. If you are dry camping again and you don't have 30 amp power, this is a 12-volt ceiling fan that we like to add to these that pushes a tremendous amount of air. So if you want to open your side windows, you can have a very nice cooling breeze rolling through here. Looking back up front, your dinette table. Can fold down into a single sleeper, and what's nice is the table's freestanding. You can take it outside if you want to. You can fold it down into a bed, and again, there is storage under this side here. You can get to it from outside. You can lift up the cushions, or you can use the side door here. Now, something I always like to point out on these, because I'm a pretty big guy, is people say, yeah, you can't really put 4 people at that dinette. And yes, you absolutely can, because these skylight enclosures are so deep. If you notice how much of my hand can actually sink up in here, and I'm not even at the deepest part, which is about right there. So about half of your hand there, you know, good 3-4 inches. But that means that you have room over here because your head is in the skylight for people beside you. You can comfortably sit 4 people here, have dinner, play cards, whatever you want to do. A cool thing to notice too is that all of your doors like this, it's a one-piece door. It is not a seamed wooden door. It's a one-piece door, so when this thing's bouncing down the road, that door can't fall apart and split on you. Another area pop-ups don't generally match up to this is LED lighting, standard all the way through, inside and out. Now down here, we have a full microwave. Again, most pop-ups aren't going to compare to that. And we do have a coax hookup down here. So if we are going to, you know, hook up a TV, we have a spot to do that. Over here, we have the controller for our heating and cooling, and we have a little stereo complete with inside and outside speakers. So there's a lot of fun things about this, but one of my favorites is how easy it is to operate. And to demonstrate that with one hand, because I only have one free hand, the other's holding the camera, I'm going to take this thing down for you in real time and show you exactly how easy it is. I'm 9 minutes into this video. I wouldn't risk wasting footage like this and redoing this if I wasn't really confident this was extremely easy to do. Notice that this is all laminated. It's all lightweight. And the advantage there to being fully laminated is not only longevity and strength, but if you're going to go camping at national parks where they don't allow pop-up campers because of soft side stuff, you can still take this in there. So you split your little door here, pop that open. Now this, you want this to be your last hinge. You open that, I'm going to hold on to the door, and you sneak right out the door. It's pretty slick. Close that behind you. You simply, it says right here, lift here to raise. lift up on that handle a little bit, and there she goes. That is all it takes to put these up and down. So in less than 1 minute, taking time to explain this, I had this thing put down. If I was pushing it, I could have it up and down in less than a minute. They're that easy. Give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Happy camping.